Hello, friends. I love today's topic because it works and it flies in the face of diet culture and everything that diet culture tries to tell you and tries to make you believe. Today, I am talking about intuitive eating. Basically, we're going to be stripping off all our old negative thoughts around food and our body and learning to listen to your body. That's what intuitive eating is. It is a healthy relationship with food. This is the framework for putting you in the mindset for lifelong health, not just eating healthy while you're on a plan or on a diet, but actually learning to listen to your body for the rest of your life so that it just becomes who you are, the person that you are. The person that you desire to be is the person that you actually become. It's amazing. I see it as ladies go through the 4 different phases of our Belly Buster program in Whole Body Nutrition, how they just become intuitive to their body and it just becomes who they are. In her book, The Food Therapist, Shira Lenczewski suggests that there are 5 dysfunctional habits that many people have around food. So let's dig into those for a minute. And we may have just one of them, or we may have all of them. And these types of things stem from years and years and years, and even generational, going back to people before us that have carried these on through the years, and we've taken them on for ourselves. So let's take a look at these 5 different food habits. Number 1, having trust issues. It can be where you're at the place where you just can't stop yourself from eating. Number 2, being a pleaser. You cave into other people's food choices. Guilty. Done this so many times. Number 3, fearing the mundane. You think eating healthy would be way too boring, so you just don't try it. Number 4, craving control. You beat yourself up for the tiny diet mistakes that you make. And then number 5, having a hot or cold pattern, the yo-yo diet, and quickly going from all in to all out. Well, it's my goal and my passion to help every woman get off of the yo-yo diet, to just transform their life and their health by making this their lifestyle, making this just who they become. And that doesn't happen by being all in or all out. It happens by creating the lifestyle, becoming intuitive to your body and creating the lifestyle that is actually going to get you to your goals of health, but also help you continue on with that so that your results just last you for life. In order to honor your body, you need to trust that you will give yourself the foods that your body needs. And we can do that by listening for the signals that your body is sending you. Things like observing the signs that show that you're comfortably full. Pause before you start eating and just look at your plate and enjoy the colors and the smell and the effort that's went into preparing it. In the middle of eating, ask yourself, how does this food really taste? How am I really enjoying it? And what is your current hunger level? And then practice the satisfaction factor. Eat when you feel a little hungry, but then stop when you feel satisfied. So you shouldn't be so hungry or getting yourself to that point of hangry. A little hunger when it's mealtime is fine because it's time to eat. So that's great. But not being hungry all throughout the day. If you're feeling that way, then something is off. You are not fueling your body like it needs. And so it's sending you these signals. And what that does is when you find that you are getting those signals of being hangry and just so hungry all throughout the day, your body actually slows down, your metabolism slows down and literally hangs on to everything then that you put in it. So you might be one of the people that you eat less and less and less, but you find that the scale keeps going up and up and up. Well, that's maybe because you haven't been intuitive to your body and you haven't been fueling it when it's needed fuel. So we don't want you to get to that hangry state or to be hungry all throughout the day, but to be paying attention to your body and fueling it as it needs. Another thing to do is be mindful and reminding yourself there is no shortage. You can always go back for more. So start with a smaller portion, enjoy it, look at it, smell it, enjoy the taste of it, take your deep breaths before you eat it, but also reminding yourself and knowing that you can always go back for more. There is no shortage if you need it. And ladies, so often we eat for the wrong reasons. Things like stress, boredom, loneliness, sadness. Each one of those things has its own trigger. And food is not going to fix any of those feelings. It may feel like comfort in the few seconds, the few moments when you're actually eating it and distract you a little bit from the pain or even numb you, but food's not going to solve the problem. And if anything, eating for an emotional hunger will only make you feel worse in the long run, of course. I mean, you'll ultimately have to deal with the source of the emotion. You've maybe ate the wrong things, you don't feel good, you feel sluggish, and you're also then feeling emotional because you wish you wouldn't have ate those things. But we can actually step off of that hamster wheel and become intuitive to our body and just fueling it with what it actually needs. There's so many different things that we can do to deal with our emotions instead of going to food. So, for example, boredom. You can go for a walk or exercise or read a book, find a show you like to watch, browse Pinterest for something you really like. That helps with boredom, and it's a way better option than stuffing your face with food. Stress is a very common one where a lot of us will turn to food when we're feeling it. But what you can do instead is, again, get outside for a walk. Getting outside in the fresh air and just helps clear your mind is so good for your mental health. Calling a friend, having a warm bath with candles and bubbles, pray, meditate, and again, exercise. It's one of the very best stress relievers that there ever is. It gives your body that shot of dopamine, so the feel good hormone, so you actually feel amazing and lifts you up, helps release the stress. So if you're feeling stressed, do one of those things instead of turning to food. And what about lonely? We can turn to food sometimes when we're feeling lonely, but instead do things like plan friend dates for a tea, walk, lunch, dinner out, have a games night, volunteer. Things like that are going to fill that need, that void you're feeling inside when you're feeling lonely, instead of trying to stuff it down with food. Instead, do one of these other options. Make food choices that honor your health. Think about the food that you want to eat and what it is made up of. Is it full of sugar? Could you eat some berries instead? Is it full of salt? Could you eat some mixed nuts instead? Just taking a moment to consider how you can satisfy your physical and emotional needs while fueling your body and building healthy habits is going to help you become so much more intuitive to your body. You don't want to be stuck in a body that is dilapidated and sick. It's so important to take care of your body. Treat it with kindness. It's the only place you have to live, and to listen to the cues that your body is giving you. Being intuitive to your body, because no one knows your body like you do. So I'm going to share 4 questions to ask yourself that's going to help you with intuitive eating. Number 1, why am I wanting to eat this? Is it because I'm bored, lonely, stressed, anxious, sad, or just because there's food in front of me? Why am I wanting to eat this? Number 2, what is it that I'm looking for? I always encourage WBN members, when they go for food between meals, like at the pantry or in the fridge, while you're standing there, before you grab something, ask yourself, what is it that I'm looking for here? And I have found this very helpful for myself as well. I'll open the pantry and it's like, what is it that I'm looking for here? Am I actually physically hungry? And most of the time, I'm not. So what is it that I'm actually looking for? I ask myself that question. Is it peace? Is it love? Is it comfort? Is it fulfillment? Or am I just doing it for avoidance because I don't want to go do the thing I know I need to do? What is it that I'm looking for when I'm standing here at the fridge or the pantry? Having those few seconds to reflect often will help us to get out of that cycle of just mindlessly snacking when we're doing it for the wrong reasons. So I encourage you to do that. Number 3, how do I feel when I eat this? The present me asking future me, how am I going to feel if I eat this? Remembering the last time you ate it, and how did you feel? Will you feel bloated, a tummy ache, or will you feel light and energized? I think of a WBN member, Krista. She's lost over 50 pounds and over 50 inches on Whole Brain Nutrition in our Belly Blaster program. and she loved pizza when she started Whole Body Nutrition. And so we had the conversation about paying attention to how she feels. And, she went about, I think, 6 weeks without pizza, which was amazing. So she was on a vacation. She decided she was going to have pizza. Well, she had pizza, and then her body was really talking to her. She was bloated and tummy ache and going to the bathroom and not in a great place physically. So now she knows when she's thinking about eating pizza, she asks herself, how do I want to feel when I eat this? Remember how I felt before when I ate this. And it just doesn't work great for her body. And so she's becoming intuitive to recognize that. Number 4, do I just need water? Our body gives us very similar signals when we are hungry as when we are thirsty. And many times in the day, we receive this signal and think, oh, it's a hunger signal, when really we just need water. So, my friend, asking yourself those 4 questions before you eat something will help greatly with listening to your body and becoming intuitive to it. And finally, at WBN, we have a very simple way of tracking to become intuitive to our bodies, and that's writing in a journal. When you do that, you're able to look back at each day and see how you feel when you eat certain foods or your water consumption. So, for example, when someone has a day of where they're low energy and has a headache, it's very often a lack of water, and that shows us. And it helps you become aware of how your body reacts to certain foods, certain drinks, certain movements. And then you can see a pattern. And so even when you aren't writing down what you're eating, you already recognize the different signals. So how to get better at intuitive eating? Deep breaths before, during, and after eating. Ask yourself the above questions. Write down what you eat. And number 4, be aware that your body does and is sending you signals, and practice listening to that. Learning to listen to your body and the signals that it's sending to you is setting yourself up for lifelong health and wellness, which I know we all want. So thanks for being here today. I hope that you will apply some of this and practice being more intuitive to what your body is speaking to you.